Alright. Hello everybody and welcome back. We've got a semi-final best of 5 here between Shopify Rebellion's Byun, one of the greatest Terrans of all time, especially for that famed 2016 run. But recently, despite having a rough couple of seasons in GSL, he got kind of angry and decided to start dominating weekly cups. His opponent though is no walkover. In the top right in the red we got Time, China's #1 player. And a guy who is so damned tight, so damn dangerous. I would say right now, form-wise, I think Byun is the favorite, but it could honestly go either way. It's dangerous. Big thank you for the sub there, OG Fleshes. TvT is obviously a very exciting matchup, and I'm very excited to see it because, oh, that's interesting. He just scouts. Wait, what? There wouldn't have even been a command center down at that time. Why did Byun even... I'm pretty sure he turned around well before the command center would have come out. I'm going to try and remember to rewind this replay at the end, guys, and double check that. But because the command center is meant to go down at like a minute 40 if you do a 1-rax expand. But I think he turned around at like a minute 35. I could be wrong. I could be misjudging. But it's interesting he didn't even poke up the ramp to see the double depot. Maybe, actually... Oh, okay, so you know what? Because the depots wall off, he might have like clicked up in the main, and then the SCV, your units know when something's walled off, even if you can't see it. So it might have like pathed in some weird direction or something like that. Like it pathed up here or something, like up against that corner. So he's like, oh, you've walled off with 2 depots, so I don't even need to hang around. So that might be why Byun knew what he was up against without even actually going up the ramp. He knows, okay, you've built 2 depots. You're doing a sort of 1 basey opening, just like me. We're both going quick factory. And they don't know what the opponents are doing. Time has not scouted even a tiny little bit. Like, Time is just literally camping. And did he go reactor first? Oh my god, I think he went reactor first. This is such a dangerous build from Time. If your opponent sends their first Reaper in, they can kill like an SCV or 2. But it gets such a good timing going. So he's going to go across with 6 Reapers and 3 Hellions. Ooh, this is a big attack. Now, the thing is... The only difference is Byun built 1 Reaper, then the reactor. So he's got 1 Reaper less right now. But otherwise, it's almost the same number of units. You can see just 1 more Reaper on the side of Time. So if Time runs into a ramp, it's all about the angle of the fight. 1 more Reaper isn't that huge here. It's all about the angle, and the angle goes to Byun. He gets a Hellion Snipe for free. Now, he should not keep pushing into that. Byun should put it back in his pants right now for sure. After getting the early advantage in the trade, though, he's able to bully back the player who committed even more. And he's got a faster Cyclone and a faster Raven. Check it out. This is advantage Byun. He's ahead in every regard. It's game over. I'm just kidding, guys. He's ahead 12 seconds on the Raven. He's ahead 5 seconds on the Cyclone. He's up 2 SCVs. It's not the end of the world. It's still a very much mirrored match. It's just, you know, they both committed to a lot of Reaper Hellion. And he got a Hellion kill. He built 1 less Reaper. Cool, he's ahead about 200 resources, maybe slightly more than that in this game. It's not going to be game ending just yet. Still room for Time to recover from that, as both players are stuck in a bit of a holding pattern. Big commitment to the early game units, and when both players commit to a lot of early game units, you know, against a greedy build, you'd see these guys throwing everything against the wall to see what sticks. But the moment they saw, oh, he's got just as much Reaper Hellion as I have, they both kind of went, okay, switch gears. We're not going to play too aggressive. We're going to chill the hell out. Tank's going to move forward there. Depot up in the top left. Tank sieging up. So both building a second Raven right now. Third command center goes down a little earlier for Time. Now, how did he afford that, guys? He skipped Marine production. Notice that barracks is idling right now. So you can see already 9 Marines for Byun, and he's building them 2 at a time versus just 8 for Time. And he's just started 2 up. So not a massive difference, but basically that's one of the things you can skip on. Now, well, why do you need Marines? They're a kind of trash unit. Why would you bother? Thing is, if you guys end up fighting with one of these like 2, 3 Ravens, 3 Siege Tank pushes, sometimes having like 2, 4, 6 more Marines than your opponent decides the battle. Sometimes they all get hit by 2 tank shots and they all disappear and it's worth nothing. So it really depends on how that fight unravels. Fucking... Did Fear Dragon legit just build a bot? Or is he actually copy pasting? Oh my God. So for those who are watching on YouTube, if this makes it up, if this ends up being a banger of a series, if you're watching on YouTube, it means it's a banger of a series, by the way, guys. I don't know that yet as I'm casting this live. Fear Dragon, my bot is broken. That links the bracket to people in the chat and other videos and things that they might be looking for in my Twitch chat. So Fear Dragon has taken it upon himself to, whenever anyone hits the bracket command, respond with a link to the bracket and a comment saying, "Pig has a tiny pee-pee." This is why we call him Fuck Dragon. God damn it. Oh, Cyclone for Cyc. Oh, okay. I think that was a good trade once again for Byun. He gets a Cyclone, loses a Hellion or two there. But I think the Cyclone's probably a better unit. It's not the most important. Oh, good position for Byun. Uh-oh. Oh my God, time, get out of there. The auto turrets get down for Byun first. I think actually, no, some of Byun's auto turrets did get blocked. Oh, but actually, no, two of his auto turrets dropped behind the line. Byun was going to win that fight, and that ended up kind of nasty there. GG, well played. Guys, I wanted to go back to the very start just to check the SCV scout really quickly. Hopefully they don't hate me for slowing down the next lobby by like 5 seconds, but I just wanted to check that SCV scout because this SCV didn't see shit. Yeah, that's super weird. That's super weird, guys. All right, guys. Here we go. In the bottom left is Shopify Rebellion's Byun. Coming out with a nice standard opening, barracks into gas. And he is getting double proxy Reaper racks by time. In the top right, he's going 14 barracks, 14 gas. Notice no SCVs building. Why? Because he stopped at 14, so we get enough money for barracks, gas, barracks. He's going for a very early Reaper rush. Now, if Byun doesn't scout, he could end up in big trouble. He scouted early in the last game, and it looks like he will scout again. Interesting. So Byun's going to be scouting across the map here. All right, what do we got? SCV's going to scout. Now, how do you react? Let's go to Byun's vision. So Byun's just chilling, putting down his factory, and he's like, whoa, we being proxied. And he sees double gas, and that tells him, okay, if there isn't a factory in this base somewhere, then that means it's double Reaper. And it's looking like double Reaper. He's like, okay. Do I put a bunker down? I think he's thinking about that. Yeah, puts a bunker down there just as a little safety anchor. It's interesting where he placed it. I thought he'd put it above to block the closer path, but I think he's kind of putting the bunker as insurance against the rotating path. Oh, he still moved out with his Reaper. That's so dangerous. Oh, he's doing the super dangerous response. Oh, he was thinking about using the Reaper to backstab the SCVs. So crazy for Byun to move out with his Reaper like this, guys. Wild maneuver for him. And that Reaper there gets a hit or two on the Marine. Oh, the factory SCV. Oh, the factory SCV finished. Time actually messing up his micro. We're watching this from Byun's camera, of course. Let's go back to everyone's view. Oh, that Reaper bravely chasing there. Now, Byun is building Marines because they build a lot quicker than Reapers, guys. You can build 2 Marines in 36 seconds, whereas you can only build 1 Reaper in 32 seconds. So just for a few seconds more, you get 2 Marines, and 2 Marines does beat a Reaper. Don't regenerate though. Oh, the Reaper takes some damage, but it doesn't go down. He gets a Reaper kill, does Byun. He's defended this pretty well so far. He's got to be careful though. Oh, the Hellion does get bounced. His own Reaper is regenerating. More Marines, more Hellions on the way. Oh, great stack up there. Shot for Byun. He's also got a command center building in the back. Notice he's pulled mostly off gas. He's focusing on minerals. He's building an extra depot, command center, and he's just focusing on surviving right now. He's also got an SCV on the other side, which he seems to have forgotten about, but he can always use that to try and see when or if a command center goes down. More Reapers being built by time, and he's going to send 1 barracks in to scout, so we'll float that into Byun's base to check the follow-up. Starport only now going down, as is a reactor on the barracks, and probably a tech lab on the factory momentarily. Now, it's really hard, even if you have the better fighting army, to move across, because Marines aren't mobile, and you don't know how many Reapers he's committing to. As you see the barracks, you know he's at most building 1 Reaper at a time. But you don't know, is he stopping at 2 Reapers, 5 Reapers? Is he still massing them and waiting for you to move out? You got to play very cautiously here as Byun. And, oh, Hellions, got to be careful. So whoever can concentrate their fire in these fights tends to get a pretty good advantage. Now, because he's got the ramp, that's what Time's abusing. He says, hey, if you want to come fight this, yeah. Hellions might seem powerful, but, oh, okay, a Hellion goes down, but 3 Reapers for a Hellion. Terrible trade for Time. Time is getting wrecked, guys. He has lost 5 Reapers. And I mean, this is one of the problems that happens. So what do I mean? If your time and your strategy is mostly defined by trying to click on your opponent's face really well with your units. Don't get me wrong, he's a solid player time, but his main feature that makes him a great Terran player is he clicks good. So he's trying to use strategies that where he can out-click good his opponent. He can micro better than his opponent. He can control the fights better. The problem here is he's playing versus Byun, and as much as people go on about Byun's wrist injury, and it is a real thing, don't get me wrong, it does affect his performance, he's still a god of micro. And right now he is out-microing Time significantly in these fights. Now, this is looking like Time's first big catch in this game, and it gets the kills. There we go, finally. Things turning around for Time, evens out the unit's lost tab, and makes everything okay. If he lost that fight, he was in huge, huge trouble. But he's got Magfield Cyclone coming out. He'll repair that Cyclone. He's got a Banshee. No cloak, just a cloakless Banshee. Come in, pick off a few SCVs, see what he can get. And since there's only Marines and a Raven, right? There's no Cyclone because the Cyclone's just died. So the Banshee might even get a lot of damage. Third Command Center goes down for Byun. Third Command Center will be going up for Time shortly as well. Yeah, the moment he hits 400 minerals. So pretty close game. Byun has a 3 worker lead and a small army lead. He's already well into tank production, and that has not even started yet. And he's actually getting a 3rd Cyclone as Time, considering he's lost one. It's the 4th Cyclone that he's built this game. Oh, he goes after the tank. Wow. He's actually trying to kill Marines here. Interesting. So Time's worried enough about a counter push that he's like, I actually want to focus on trading with your army. And he's even thinking about baiting the Ravens out. Oh, so this is like a kind of cool move you can do, right? Is you use this Raven, like look for tank pickoffs, see what you can do. And if you can bait those Ravens out, your Cyclones go in and kill them. For those who don't know, Ravens are not armored units, guys. Ravens do not take bonus damage from Magfield. If they did, they would disappear to the Cyclone lock-ons. As it is, it's just going to be the normal 400 damage over 14 seconds. I don't know the maths on that, but it's going to take about, let's say, 5.8 seconds for a Cyclone to kill a Raven with a lock-on. A little under half. Banshee goes down, but it did a fair bit of distraction, picked off a few units, not too many. Only 2 SCVs, but definitely distracted him. Yet the SCV disparity seems to be growing, which means maybe Time missed a little bit of macro behind this. He's going to send some Reapers in as well. Oh, low hit point SCVs. Good targets there. Oh, he's going to get 4 SCVs. Not bad, not bad. That was actually really cute. But you know what? These Reapers aren't going to be that useful, but I know there's a bunch of damaged SCVs in there. Let's go for it. Now, there's no tanks out. The first one about to pop for Time. Meanwhile, 4 tanks for Byun are going to do good. Ooh. Oh, look at the way Byun drops. I always joke about how Byun drops like a fucking idiot. Like, look at this. Oh. Oh. This is so dumb. Why are you out here, bro? Like, he just, like, Byun will literally never go along the edge of the map. He just refuses to. It's like, he's like, no, I don't want to go on the edge of the map. That's for cowards. But he does get the Cyclones for just 1 tank. Only 1 Cyclone left, so I think it works out okay. Byun has such quick reactions, but he even does that when there'll be Stalkers here, and he'll just boost out a drop that way. And I'm like, why wouldn't you go along the edge of the map? Byun is just, he's wild, you know. Basically, I kind of get the feeling of like, it's like the scenes in like the James Bond movie where he's driving really fast, and the woman's like, oh, I bet you think you're going to turn me on by driving the car really fast, aren't you? And he's like, I'm Pierce Brosnan. And he just like slams his foot in the accelerator, and then she sleeps with him, and you're like, this is reality. Anyways, oh, okay, tanks coming forward. Oh, big tank shots on the Marines. Oh my God. Okay, we'll see what happens. Anyways, point being, basically I'm saying Byun is trying to give the thrill to anyone who ever gets loaded into a medevac in Byun's army. He flies them very dangerously. He's gonna come forward on the right side, not bad. Okay, tanks, Marines, Ravens on the top. Let's see what he can do. Oh, okay, great volley. And now he can inch some tanks over. He could get in range of the command center right now. Ooh, oh, Byun not watching. Byun not watching. Byun no watchy. Byun get boom boomed. Oh, Byun get boom boomed. That's a lot of blood. He's still got a good tank position. Look at the Raven flank though. He can just auto turret. He doesn't even need to interference matrix this. He can honestly just auto turret spam. He's gonna go interference matrix anyway, and he's gonna do both. Oh, that's a beautiful engagement from Time. Oh, that was beautiful. Wow, that was a crushing fight. And suddenly, Byun not hold positioning his Marines. And he gets his whole army crushed. And Time, guys, I thought we were gonna see a 2-0 after the way that Reaper rush got held. But Time is actually in the lead. He's got a 4th going up on location. His armory is going down. Similar timing to Byun's. He's actually ahead on upgrades right now. He's got 1-1, Byun doesn't. His combat shield hasn't done though. So he's got to be careful. His Marine's kind of fragile. If he could pick up into the main, that would be cool. He gets the sensor tower, so he's probably thinking about it. But I think Byun is very wary of the fact that his Vikings can cover that. Marines go forward. Not going to find anything. So wasted stim for Byun. And I like the way Time is just playing this really slow. Just blast a few of the guys mining gas. We'll take out the refinery. More SCVs go down to the scan. Vikings watching the drop. New sensor tower goes up. The Byun Marine wins that duel on the right side. 2-2 starts behind this. Now, I'd love to see a second factory for Time at this point. Just kind of keep on hitting all your macro notes, because it's Byun who's the one who's got pressure on him. He's the one who's like, oh, I've got to build libs right now. And the one thing both players are missing is the second factory. You can see they've both got 5 barracks, 1 factory, 2 engineering bases, and a starport. Very standard setup. There we go. Second factory goes down on the tech lab in the main. He lifts that barracks off, builds another reactor. This is a bio-tank game, guys. You don't need any marauders in the mix. Pure Marines and tanks. Oh, he's going to go for a crazy engage. There's only 1 tank in the back firing right now for Byun. Oh, man, that's a killing engage. Look at the arc on the Marines. This is such a good fight. Even though the tanks aren't really fighting, the numbers advantage is there. That tank in the back going to try to even things out. It won't be able to do it. And that's going to be awesome. Very nicely done. Time ties up the series 1-1 in this best of 5. It's not over till it's over. This young man knows how to fight back. In the bottom right, it's Kaisi Gaming's Time. His opponent in the top left, Shopify Rebellion's Byun. A little sloppy with his push. We've all been there before. And we're having a little discussion just in between games with the Twitch chat. Who is the best Bond? Voyeur Geek says that was The Rock. That wasn't The Rock. We're talking. I was mentioning that there was the. I think it was like not even an official James Bond movie. The one where they brought Sean Connery back. Never Say Never Again. Fullman's got the name of it. That's it. It wasn't The Rock. Though, yes, I liked The Rock as a kid as well. I was like, oh, yeah, this is cool. It's Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. I gotta rewatch that movie just so I can laugh. Old action movies that I absolutely adored as a kid, and they're probably almost all so bad. Guys, Shopify Rebellion is doing Double Reaper. Now, this build is normally, it's a very safe build if your opponent cheeses you, so you can skip scouting with it. But also, if your opponent's like, oh, okay, you're just doing a normal opening, there's a factory in here, you have a 3 Reaper timing. So you get this Reaper, and then this next Reaper, and those 3 Reapers against the normal player who pulls off gas. Notice he's got 2 off that gas, 1 off this gas. He's going to put a command center down about 2 minutes 20. And your 3 Reapers can come in and kill that SCV. And if you also maybe manage to snipe one of the early Reapers of Time, you might just be able to kill the command center, force it to cancel. Often, you don't get anything. You get like maybe 1 SCV, and that's it. And then you just have to kind of back off. And, well, you've got 2 barracks. So it does a pretty smooth transition into Reactor, Tech Lab, and you can play 2-1-1. So you can play a double Marine drop in the follow-up, which is kind of cool. But definitely, yeah, just keep your eye on the first 3 or 4 Reapers. That's usually where the attempt to get big damage is. Does he go across with the first 3? It looks like he's actually waiting defensively. Byun's going to wait for either 5 Reaper pressure, or he's just going to sit back and wait for time to come to him. Which is really good if he attacks into you, and it's kind of bad if it doesn't quite work out. We've got Reapers moving forward here. Command Center's on the way now. Pretty late Command Center, but it is going to be just a 4 Reaper timing. So only 2 Reapers and an Alien on the D right now. Uh-oh. Got to be quick time. Okay, at least time doesn't get caught out. He has the high ground advantage. Oh, his grenade does do pretty well. Ah, but he's going to lose this. Oh, actually, no. He holds on for now. If that Command Center can finish building, I think it's worth trading the Hellion. He's got 2 Marines here. Another SCV comes down. And that's going to go right onto it. It's a pretty good hold for time, even though I know it's not over, but the Cyclone's almost out. And the Command Center will finish pretty much on time. So actually, that's I think not bad at all. It's a pretty big commitment for Byun. And the Cyclone's here. Marine for a Hellion, a very good trade for time. He might get the lock. Nah, Reapers get out of range. Very well done. So behind this, we're still building Reapers. Byun. What? Oh my god, he's committing so hard. If time just turtles up, I think he absolutely gets his way back into this. People in chat claiming that Daniel Craig is actually the best James Bond. Well, Casino Royale might be the best James Bond movie of all time, right? Probably is. But there's some shit ones in there. There's some shit ones. What was the one where he goes, it's the water? They go, is they in Bolivia? They go to Bolivia and there's like water, the water thing. That one I remember just being a steaming pile of crap. But I only watched it once, so maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Banshee is on the way, and Cloak. Wait, Cloak? Wow. And he's really not going for the 2-on-1 follow-up. He's just like, yeah, I'm just building Marines. But he's actually going Cloaked Banshee, which against Raven Cyclone is bad. But remember, if the Raven Cyclone moves across the map and you hit, what does he have? He can't recall. He's not going to have safety turrets up. Time has no idea this is coming. So in this scenario, I actually think it's best to not show the Banshee, or at least not show the Cloak. A single Banshee is very standard in TvT with no Cloak, but oh, it could come in as time's attacking, like I said. And that's where it actually has great power. Oh no, Byun! Oh my god, Byun! That was not a good trade. He's like, I'll give you all my army for 1 Cyclone. Time's like, I feel like I'm trading your holographic Charizard for my floor shit card, my Diglett or whatever. Is Diglett a pretty unrare card? I don't know what a common card is. I remember kids would always get their Pokemon cards traded by the older kids for really bad trades who trick them into thinking it was a good deal. You know, I feel like that's just what happened. I think Byun just gave a very, very awkward trade to time. And look at that. Oh, he cloaks at the last second. And he gets out of scan range because time didn't expect it. Oh no. Okay, time needs to kill a bitch. The double bunker. So smart for Byun. Byun's just like, buy time. And notice he's already got backwards rally points. So when he unloads, all he's doing is forcing the siege. He's just forcing the siege further out. Another Banshee coming back into the natural, 1 in the main. Oh, this is insane. So that Banshee dies, but that's his last scan. And now he's sieging that bunker. Ooh, should have unloaded that a little earlier, Byun. He's thinking, okay, so now Byun's going to pull SCVs. He's going to go for it, but he doesn't have stim. Forces 2 auto turrets, pulls back. Good. Okay, so if he can catch the tanks unsieged, he might be able to do this. Stim's done. Stim's done. He's got to go. I think Byun kind of has to go, but there's so many auto turrets. Time is in range of the command center. And now you're building Vikings right now. Is that going to work, though? There's already 4 Vikings at home. The Banshee up to 18 kills. It's killing just about everything. The Vikings are going to work on the Ravens. That is huge, because now time doesn't have the vision. He doesn't know what's going on. These tanks can inch their way forward, which means you're not sieging the command center. The Banshee goes down. 20 SCV kills is going to be the final tally here for Byun's Banshees in this game, as he's not building any more. SCVs are being rebuilt behind this, but only 1 at a time. It definitely feels like time wants more damage. He wants to do a lot more than this. Ooh, okay. Oh, no. He's not... Oh, he scans! He realizes he does scan. The Marines have to stim forward to take advantage. The auto turrets, only 2 auto turrets got down. He didn't manage to get the other auto turrets down, but it doesn't matter because time has the numbers anyway. Time had his own stim. The Raven energy came in big, and Byun, he'd done so much economic damage, he actually needed to turtle up and wait there. An opportunity presented itself. He got a bit overeager. GG, time. 2-1 advantage. Scoop. Byun, the Chad neighbor, goes ahead, drops the juice and says, yeah, I'm going to leave this here. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm not ashamed. I'll do it again. The Chad Byun proxies despite the worker being scouted versus the Virgin Time, who comes out. Yeah. Oh, man. What was their name? It was Ivana Onatop or something. It was something terrible. It wasn't Humpalot. It was Onatop. Almost as bad. Almost as bad, guys. James Bond is great. All right, guys. So check this out. So the Virgin Reaper is going to come out, and this barracks is actually just so much later, right? Is it? No. It's just the Reaper went and rallied back. Ah, okay, so yeah, he's like, well, I know it's in your face. He knows it's coming, so I've got to play this more passively. So he's just going to rally back to the Watchtower, use it to get a bit of map control. And it is very similar build orders behind it. They've both pulled off gas. They're both going to go for command centers. Command center on the way as well. Okay, so check this out. Tech Lab goes up immediately for Beyond on the factory, whereas there is a Hellion coming out for Time and a reactor. So Time here kind of has to be a little bit more respectful, whereas Beyond's like, yeah, you don't know how many Reapers I'm building, how much I'm committing. So because I did the barracks on the lawn, I'm now just going to lift that up, pull it home, and we'll see exactly how we go. Command center on the natural as well. So the problem is no barracks means no reactor. The Cyclones will be out earlier, but I would say it's very important to get good trades in this situation with the Cyclone, because you got that earlier. The Starport is going to be out much earlier here for Time. It's only just now starting up for Byun. Tank on the way, Medevac, Marines building as well. Command Center is about to finish there. Orbital does start up. Got a tank on the way. Starport. This reactor is so slow. So like I said, you got to really use the Cyclones and Reapers with care, because you're just not going to have as many units without a reactor out early. I mean, Time, he's already on 4 Marines. You've got none. And especially if he keeps hitting that Marine production, Time can just, have a pretty scary attack timing. Maybe, what, two minutes down the line, like we said, 2 Ravens, 2 tanks, something like that. Raven on the way as well. Reactor. Got a Cyclone there. Medevac with a tank and 4 Marines on the way. Cyclone's out front, so I've never seen the tank drop on this map. I think it's really bad. I think that tank reaches. Oh, but the Cyclone pulled back at the worst moment. Oh, no. Oh my god, this is really bad for Byun. Byun. Oh no. Oh, that tank? These tanks aren't in range of each other. Oh, the SCVs do drag some friendly fire onto Time's units. The Medevac goes down, but that's still a tank and a bunch of SCVs. And the Cyclone unable to get down the ramp, and Time gets the 3-1. Are you kidding me? You know what's crazy, guys? Is I kept clicking on the tank and it wouldn't actually show the line of where the tank is, right? Because we can see it here, but you can't see it on the terrain. So you actually can't see the border. So there's normally this white dotted line, which shows you. But you can see even that one doesn't show up. So on this map, it's weird. It's like the white line doesn't show up. It hides underneath pieces of the map. So I was looking at this going, where is the bloody range? Where's the range marker, right? Because you can see and you can kind of guess, okay, we know this one has to connect with this one. So we can kind of trace an arc, and it's along the edge, but it's very hard to tell. And it turns out, if that tank was maybe forward just a tiny little bit, it might have been able to hit that tank. But also, the timing here for Byun, pulling his Cyclone back from there, just as it came in, very unfortunate. If he got a lock on there, he would have known about this earlier, got some damage, could have pulled that Cyclone to the low ground, but the tank drop gets a great position here. The Reapers come in, they take some tank shots, which they don't really care about. And that's that. He's like, how am I ever going to get control of down there? And remember, he doesn't have the extra Marines to work with as well. So I said he has to get good trades. Well, the moment that Cyclone goes down, he's got nothing but a Raven to work with. And that's it. GG, well played. 3-1 time defeats Byun and goes to the grand finals. Very impressive, especially after getting crushed in the hold in game 2. Turns that around, wins it 3-1.